Nigga, I wouldn't be the man I am today without sneakers.
I could tell, though, I ain't gonna lie, I be tuned in. Every time you post, you got on some different exclusive. I can't even get your hands on.
But you know what it is, bro? Like, the shit for me is like, when I was a kid, I grew up with, you get one pair of black sneakers, one pair of white sneakers for the whole year. You gotta go to school in these shits, wintertime, summertime, everything. So now that I could get sneakers,
you go crazy?
What?
I go crazy.
I've been going crazy for a while. Like, niggas on my block could tell you, like, young niggas on my block, they older now, but they'd be like, yeah, when we was kids, that nigga had all the Jordans. Because I started getting my own shit by the time I was 14. So by that time, bro, like,
I ain't gonna lie, I think every hood got something like that, though.
Absolutely.
Cause my man Miguel, he up to this day, his crib look like Foot Locker.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. He got every pair of kicks you could think about.
Yeah, like, yeah,
every
man.
one.
You know what's crazy? For all the shits that I could think about that I do have, it's mad shit I don't got. It's mad shit I don't got.
Yeah, that's crazy, cause that's like a true statement, but you will never think about it that way.
But you know what? So they came out with that term sneakerhead like 10 years ago. I never, like, that didn't exist to me. Like, I started loving sneakers when I was like, I say like 3rd grade. It was like when the Jordan 6s came out.
All right, so what? I ain't gonna lie, cause you got people that have a certain amount of kicks, right? And they jack their sneakerhead.
Yeah.
But like, they don't I feel like it's a true definition of being a sneakerhead, though. You gotta have specific shoes.
You gotta know the knowledge.
Facts.
Yeah.
You gotta know the knowledge. Like, you feel me? But you gotta like have specific shoes. Like, I feel like, for example, DJ Khaled, I ain't gonna lie, the sneaker collection is crazy. Like, that's like a sneakerhead, you feel me? But then it's like, you might have somebody like me, who I might be considering myself a sneakerhead, but it's like, it's certain pieces to that closet I don't got yet.
So I won't say that Khaled isn't a sneakerhead, but I take him being a sneakerhead with a grain of salt, only because he has a Jordan deal. Like, bro,
yeah,
I had
he definitely got an advantage. He definitely got an advantage, but it's like,
his advantage. But
Look
that's
at this shit.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
that's his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
That look like the faculty though, the facility. You feel me?
Yeah.
If I had a Jordan there, I'm going in there. I'm not even putting an order. I'm going in there taking what I need.
You know what's
Looks
the
like the
biggest,
warehouse.
I'm gonna tell you the biggest mistake I made, right? Like, so, like, when I had first got my asylum job, like, I know Khaled, but when I first got my asylum job, it's in the Atlantic building. So he was in the Atlantic building.
Okay.
And I saw him, we chopped it up for a second, and then later on that day, him and my man Mike Kaiser came to my office. So Khaled telling me, he like, yo, Wayno, you gotta buy, like, he's like, you need these candles that's like, and Kaiser like, bro, go to get you some Glades. This nigga be buying candles for $250. You don't need none of them candles. But you know what I regret that I didn't do that day?
What?
I didn't ask for a pair of them Grateful Ones, them blue shits. I want the blue shits so bad, bro. And that was my one chance.
And like, he just like, look, like, he would have gave them to you.
Nah, he would've
just
definitely-
be happy for no, that's why he be happy
gave
though.
them to me.
I think it's the kicks. I ain't gonna lie, bro,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm trying to say. Look, you could just tell it's certain pieces in there that he got. Like, look, those.
Yeah. I mean, no, he got like it's certain shit that he has. I can't knock him. Like, I'm not knocking him at all. It's just a little bit different when, like, you gotta spend your bread. Like, it ain't no secret that I ain't got the bread Callan got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't no secret at all. But at the same time, he got deals. But I can't front, because a lot of sneaker brands do send me shit. They do send me shit. You know what I mean? So, but a lot of people think that, like, everybody sends me shit. I pay for a lot of my stuff.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, my favorite kicks right now.
What's your favorite kicks of all time, though?
All time.
That you cannot go without.
Infrared 6s.
Oh, come on,
okay,
yo.
yeah.
No, let me tell you something
Infrared
about him, yo.
6s. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you.
That's my favorite pair of sneaks.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I feel that.
And I've only had every pair that said Nike Air on them. I never had the ones that said the Jordan. So look, that's when I started loving sneakers. Them shits came out when I was in the 3rd grade.
In the structure though, they could go with anything. Any pair of jeans, sweats.
On everything I love, that was the next pair I wanted to get.
Bruh,
Swear to God.
Nah, that's
Swear to God.
So I had the ones when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I still got the pair from 2000 when they retroed them. Shits is 21 years old. I still got those, and I got
the
them.
most recent ones too, right?
Yeah, I got them
That's
2
the
years
ones
ago.
I got the most recent ones.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, what I like the most though,
What?
it's like how, for example, you could put those on with tech shorts. It was a lot of shoes you couldn't wear with tech shorts, bro. And I used to get away with the black tech shorts every day. Simple fit. You could just make those.
Yeah,
those are turn to fit.
I just seen Charlamagne put something up on his Instagram, and it says something about what you could wear in heaven or something. I said, if I make it to heaven, I'm wearing Nike Tech. Just keep it in stack.
Nike
Tech.
A gray. What color though?
Gray.
Because if it was black, you want bad time.
Yeah, no black. I don't do. Well, I do the black Nike Tech, but gray is my goal. I buy a gray Nike Tech every year. Every year they bring them out.
Can't go wrong with a Tech.
So for everybody who don't know, I'm talking to my man Rayyy Rayyy.
Yeah, what's going on?
Right, what's up, brother? How are you?
I can't complain, man. I'm feeling everything moving so fast. I'm just trying. I'm just embracing everything.
So give me a little bit of background of where you from, first and foremost.
I'm from the Bronx, from the South Bronx.
Where?
On Morris side, 149.
From what 149 from Morris? I know that.
Yeah, like by Lincoln Hospital.
Yep.
Like you know, you go towards 3rd Ave and everything. Yeah, like that.
I know exactly over by Park Ave with a
not too far from Gauchos by Cardinal Hayes.
Yep.
Okay, my kids, my kids, they aunt live over there.
Oh, okay.
And the buildings are on Park, but I grew up.
That's probably the new buildings.
Nah, the old buildings. That shit been there forever. You know the shit that's right. It's right across from the projects. It's between.
Oh, you probably
61st. Well, that's further down,
right?
It's a little further down. But like, I grew up in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Like I was born, but I grew up all the way uptown on 228 between Carpenter and Lowry. But my dad,
past Gun Hill.
Yeah, past Gun Hill. But my dad, like that nigga was on 165th, between 165th to 169th in Boston Road, between like before I was born up until he passed. You know what I mean? So my pops is like a fixture over there. So I grew up over there as well.
So you know the Bronx area very well.
I know the Bronx like the back of my hand because of my dad. Cause every time I used to ride around with him, he would tell me like, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to be over here, over here. So that's how I navigated. You know what I mean? And then like when I used to go see him, when I would stay at my aunt's crib in Harlem, I would take the bus. Well, I would take the 55. But I don't even think the 55 is there no more. But with days when I didn't feel like taking the bus, I would just walk from 149th and 3rd up to 166th.
See, you like me, that mean like, I don't know if it's a Bronx thing, but like, we don't mind walking.
We don't mind walking.
I don't mind walking. Up to this day, like, I be doing the same thing. And Brissa be telling me, he like, yo, bro, you can't just be walking. I be like, nah, bro. Like, he like, nah, you can't just be doing that.
So tell me, all right, so look, I can't remember the first time I ever saw one of your skits, right? But I want to know, like, what made you start doing them skits?
If I had to be honest, it wasn't even me. Like, when I was in school, because a lot of people don't even know. Like, I went to college and all that.
Okay.
So when I was at Sullivan, I went to Sullivan first.
What high school you went to?
I went to Rice at first.
Okay.
Rice closed.
Yeah, I remember Rice closed. Yeah.
Right. It closed my freshman year. I think that was like 2010.
You got any of them Kobe's left?
I got 2 pairs. I couldn't wear those. Those is in the
my nephew, he used to get he went to Rice
might
too.
Be worse on.
I got the Kobe 5, the Rice joints. But go ahead, my fault.
Nah, you good. And then after Rice closed, I went to St. Ray's. And then after St. Ray's, I went to Wings. Graduated from Wings. Went on to Sullivan. Got my associates in business marketing there.
You was a baller.
Yeah.
You went to Wings. My man Jamie Harris went to Wings.
Well, yeah.
Jamie went to Wings. Damn.
He might have been there.
He's from Kim. So him and Kimba, that's...
So he was with Jordan, with J.O.
So...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I know Kimba from Jamie, because Kimba and Jamie was like best friends when they was kids. So Kimba used to be on my block all the time. We used to think Kimba was from Harlem because he used to be in Harlem all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's like, and I think that was a Rice thing, because I could vouch for that. It's like once you went to Rice, you just got
from Harlem,
yeah. Like you loved Harlem. You couldn't get enough.
So
of that.
you was telling me that you went to college and all that. So.
Yeah, so I went to Sullivan to play ball. Graduated from there with my business and business marketing. Then I went on to Dominican. That's why I met my man Trav. So I'm just being myself, regular, like how we talking now, you feel me?
Yeah.
And Trav like, yo, bro, you gotta like make this, like you gotta do it. So I'm like, yo, bro, stop playing with me. But it's funny.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, my teacher used to tell me like, yo, like basketball, I don't know, like you all right, but you need to be a comedian. I used to take it as an insult. You feel me? You and
yeah.
Like y'all,
like that Goodfellas scene. What you mean I'm funny?
Yeah, like I'm only in elementary school. You telling me I need to go be a comedian? That's mad.
And you try to fulfill your dreams of being.
And then you gonna tell me that in front of the whole class. Now I really look like a clown. So now, you feel me? So now it's over. But when that happened. Feel me? I never paid it no mind, but when I went to school, my man Trav was telling me, and like honest to God, he was saying like, "Yo, bro, you could really be it." Like I'm telling you. So I tried it. I did like the remember when Meek fell down the stairs? I did the Meek challenge at first. Feel me? Forgive me for that, Meek. I ain't gonna lie.
That's so funny. I remember
that shit was funny.
No, Meek, the shit's so funny because I remember like I was at a dinner And it was around the time when Meek fell down the stairs and shit. Look, it was around the time when that shit happened. Yeah, it was like it was January 2017. We was at this dinner. So Meek was like, he said his man was waiting. I think Coon was waiting outside for him, and he said Coon thought he thought it was over. He said he thought niggas got him. He's like, Meek was like, man, he's like, when I fell down the stairs, they thought they had to drop on us or some shit because he just fell out of nowhere. Yeah, you know what I mean, but that's tears, man. That's too funny, man.
Right, but I did that, and I ain't gonna lie, that went up. So ever since that, I just kept going, and then I ain't gonna lie, man, like. It's crazy. I still remember the day, April 13th. That's the day that the Heaven skit went crazy. That was the one that did it. Yeah. And ever since it was over. It was just like, cause I know I ain't gonna lie, man.
I mean, the thing is that like you said, like you just said, like of course, doing comedy or being funny. I mean, that's just something you did naturally, but that wasn't necessarily a part of your plan.
Nah.
You know what I mean, so it's just something you found out of necessity in spare time.
If I had to be honest, like I was gonna come home and just like get I was gonna get like get a job, put my degree to work. I mean, I'm still doing it because it's in marketing. Right. Marketing myself, but I was just going,
So essentially, like, coming from the hood, a lot of people always say, like, even a lot of people that do go to college, I'm happy that you're saying that because a lot of people that go to college always talk about man, I can't use this for nothing, but it's like,
you could use that.
You figured out how to market yourself.
You just gotta, honestly, and I see what people mean by, like, do what you genuinely want to do. Like, so I'll be honest, my pops, like, I was going to do sports management at first, like, because, I was a ball player, whatever. My pops made it known, like, nah, you got to do something with business. He, like, I ain't going to tell you what to do, but he was like, business, when you come out of school, you'll be able to, you feel me? And he was right. Like, I could apply this to so much stuff, you feel me? So that's why, I ain't going to lie, even if you ask me, I'd tell people, like, nah, you could apply that to, like, you could, whatever you went to school for, you could definitely apply it to, like, reality life, like, but you just gotta know how, and you gotta have a plan. You feel me?
Right.
Nothing could really get done without at least a plan or something.
I think that's the biggest misconception is that, like, people always look at shit like it's just supposed to happen. So even like nobody's not gonna look at like how
the process,
or like this is something that's been in the making for your whole life. Right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't, and it took me a while to even notice. Right, get what I'm saying? So it's like that's why. Like that process is, feel me? I feel like that process, you really gotta trust it, bro. Cause like people probably think I just woke up, made a vid.
It just went.
They don't even know I've been doing vids since like 2017.
But you didn't stop
at all. And I had many days I wanted to though. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. I'd be sitting here lying to you if I told you like, nah, I ain't wanna quit, none of that. Probably right before I went up, I probably thought about.
So what was the first brand that reached out to you?
Oh, first brand?
Yeah.
First brand, Nike.
Hey,
Nike was the first one. I mean, shout out to Brent.
How crazy was that though? Because of course we from New York. You a Nike kid, bro.
Yeah. I went to Nike. All my high schools was
Nike schools. Yeah,
right. St. Ray's and Wings was Nike while I was there. Yeah.
My godbrother went to St. Ray's.
Even who you got with it?
His name PJ. He my age. You ain't know him.
Oh, all right. He was.
But you probably know my man. You know Just? My little man Just Rivers.
Sound familiar. I don't want to lie to you. Sound familiar.
That's my, unfortunately, free Just locked up right now. But just with the
Just, man.
Just he the feds. But Just
pioneer giving him 30.
He was ranked. He was ranked in it was him around that time. It was him, Jamie, Kimba, my little man Didi.
So he was with like he was like doing like Durant Sky and them.
Yeah, like Corey Fisher and them. Like,
I know that was when Corey Fisher was at St. Pat's.
Yeah. That's their class, like all of them. You know what I mean? I think Edgar Sosa came a little bit later, but it was like
Edgar was before Kimba and them because Edgar played with my cousin Curtis.
Right. He was. I'm thinking about somebody else.
But that team, like, not to get off topic real quick, that was crazy though. If you hear all the names you're saying right now,
hell yeah,
they all was on one team.
Hell yeah,
Kimba, Kurt, Edgar, Durant. Mm-hmm. Who else? Chris Fouch.
So Jamie, Fouch and my man G. Coles, they all went to Drexel.
Yeah.
They went to Drexel. It's so funny because like, bro, so Jamie, like imagine like your little man on your block, like, Jamie been nice since we was little. Like I met him when I was 12. He was like 6 or 7.
And these is hoopers, bro.
And he was I'm talking about he would play with us when I was 14. He playing running fours with us. So look, what's crazy is I remember they played against Kentucky. But the Kentucky team they go up against is John Wall, Eric Bledsoe,
that's
DeMarcus Cousins.
That's that first one and done team.
Yeah,
man.
when I tell you they smacked them, but the whole hood watching, like, we like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, JB gonna catch record with these niggas, man. They was John Wall was wilding them up.
That year and Wall, that year, that's when him and Kimber went crazy.
Yeah, they went crazy
in the Garden.
Yeah, they went crazy in the Garden.
Oh, man.
Remember, John Wall was #1 pick after that.
Yeah, he was. That's when they had him. Bledsoe,
DeMarcus Cousins. What's the kid, the left-handed kid name? He's a power forward. I forgot his name, but he was damn nice too.
They have. I know you talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think
he ended up playing for Houston.
I know you talking about.
I can't remember his name.
He wore like.
Go to 2011. That was 2011. 2010.
He got like the funny. He
not
got
the,
like
the draft. 2010 Kentucky team. NBA. I mean
that
basketball.
whole. It was disappointing they didn't win that year.
Yeah, it was disappointing. Look, Eric Bledsoe, DeMarcus Cousins, Darnell Dobson. Look, who else is that? Oh yeah, wait, go ahead.
Bledsoe, Cousins.
Yep.
Nah,
Harrelson, Harris.
It was big.
It was a big.
DeAndre Liggins. I fuck with DeAndre Liggins. Who on?
Patrick Patterson.
Yeah, man.
That team was tough, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that team was tough. That team was crazy. But shit, so like, you get contacted by Nike. At that point, was that the first time you got paid for doing what you do?
In terms of like,
with a brand.
With a brand, yeah. And it was like, not gonna lie to you, when they reached out, I was like, like that's when I believed it. So it's like, you know how, like even with everything going on, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like sometimes it should be unreal to believe sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's like, I'm an honest person. Like just last year, you know, I had to ask niggas to share my stuff. Like I had to ask.
Right.
Like I had to really like, yo, bro, could you share?
Right.
And then now it's like everybody. Not even like in the most humblest way. It's like I'm embracing it, but it's just so crazy like that, like the saying. Matter of fact, this is how true it is. I remember sitting in college, bro, like right before I came home, I watched the Baby interview. Right? I think it was like 2018, and he said it. He was like, yo, I'm gonna force myself on him. Like, I'm gonna drop every Friday. I'm gonna drop a tape. I'm gonna just keep dropping. Like, y'all gonna hear me so much. Y'all gotta jacket, right? So I'm just sitting there listening, bro. And then I really like, when the interview went off, I'm like, nah, like, we really jacked the Baby now. Like, everybody, right. It was, remember when he went on that run, but
I remember because you see, when you say 20, I always remember, so the reason why I love sneakers so much and I love music so much is because that's how I remember every year of my life. What sneakers came out, what album dropped, etc. And 2018, or what I was doing. And 2018, that's the year I started doing Everyday Struggle. You know what I mean, I started doing it at that time.
With Complex.
Yeah, with Complex Academic. And that's something that wasn't in my plans, bro. Like I never, like my dream.
It was your calling.
But the crazy thing about it is I never knew that. So I had tons of people tell me like, yo, you should do this, or you should start a podcast, or you should write a book, or you should do this. And I'm like, fuck out of here.
And it came to you.
It came to me. I didn't have a choice. Because at that time, my money was starting to get a little funny. And it was like, I need something that, you know what I mean? Like, I need something to take me put me in a different position.
And you want to know what's the good thing? Not to cut you off, but it allows you like to still be yourself, bro.
Right.
Because now you just into something like you said, it wasn't something that you was necessarily like, nah, that's what I'm going to do. But now it's like, nah, like, it was your calling. It came, the opportunity, and now look, you taking advantage.
So, do you go by the universe and what you put out there? And
absolutely, absolutely. I'm a true, like, it's so crazy, right? Like, I'm a firm believer, bro. Like, what you like, the tongue is like strong. What you say is like, could really, manifestation is real. Right. So like, I ain't gonna lie, this how true it is. Like, all jokes aside, after practice at college, right? Like, my friends used to call me crazy, bro. Cause I used to come out of practice and randomly I just speak out loud as if I'm on an interview with Funk Flex, bro. Like, real, like, I just come out of practice and do a Hot 97 drop. Like, yo, what's going on with your boy Ray? They looking at me like, oh my, they like, yo, bro, what's wrong with him? I'm like, yo, bro, nah, I'm just practicing.
Love that.
I used to tell him that. Like,
wow.
I could call any one of my mans I went to school with. Honest to God, I used to be like, nah, I'm just practicing. Randomly, like, you feel me? Like, we'd be like, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be in a classroom, we just cooling. I just act like, yo, I'm acting like I'm on the radio, like, and they be looking at me like I'm bugging. I used to tell them like, nah.
So manifestation.
It's real, bro. And now look, like I ain't make it to flex, but it's like, this is it. Like this was all a part of it. You feel me?
But at the same time, I feel like, you know, like I see you, I see like D1 Pop.
Shout out to Pop too.
My man Pop Vasquez. Like I feel like, because I told D1 Pop, I told him that he should do stand up. I was like, yo,
I ain't gonna lie. I be the first to tell people like, Pop, that's my favorite IG comedian.
Between him, you,
like that's my personal favorite. Like I tell people all the time, like I like Pop, like he original. Feel me, like, and his content is just relatable. Like it's just funny. He really give me like Martin Lawrence vibes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But that's why I said that. I think because what I've noticed about like how comedy, social media has changed a lot of things is that like, all right, when I was a kid, comedy came on. Like I had to watch Apollo and see if kids, you know, I mean, if
actually go tune in,
you got to go. Yeah, you got to watch Apollo, or you got to go to a comedy club and all of that. Right. Now y'all are able to put out and distribute your own content and grow things.
And they don't understand. That's a blessing, bro.
It is. But the thing about it is, I want to know like what's the process of maybe where you want to go, because a lot of these people, while they like a Martin Lawrence, like while he, of course, he's a legend, but there's actors and comedians that went to school for certain things and been in certain type of things. So I want to know like how does a Ray get better now? Like how do you hone in?
Like the way I do that is like, cause my whole like style of comedy is basically just going off of like being natural. Right. So like if you was to ask me like, yo, what's your video for tomorrow? I'd be genuine. I don't know. But I feel like I get my best content out when it's just like right then and there. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like now when that comes in terms of like where I'm going, I want to change things. Like an average comedy show, like you were saying, you had to go, right? Or you have to go to certain places. So you know you go to a comedy show, you know you just more than likely, comedian gonna get on stage, y'all know who y'all going to see, he gonna tell jokes, he gonna make y'all laugh. I want to like change it into actual entertainment. So where if I'm throwing a comedy show, you feel me? We got live skits, artists. Like I want to change it, you feel me? Like to the point where you could actually get, like you could become, or like how can I say, you could really make a living off of being like an Instagram, feel me, influencer.
Yo, you know what's crazy? My one of my homies, he from Wagner. He was doing comedy. And he asked me, like, he said that something he wanted to do, because people look at every type of success from 30,000 feet, right? Like the highest level it could be before they even grow to it. Right. So he asked me one day, he's like, yo, like I want to get in different comedy clubs. I said, bro, you in the projects. This is a comedy club right here. I said, yo, I said, come out here, stand on a crate, and just tell jokes. I said, just get a mic, stand out here, and just tell jokes for free. Like, just do it.
And you go viral like that.
You could go viral, and I said, and people will come. Like, then you also not getting charged to use a venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you also not
at all.
But this, I think that the one of the biggest mishaps that we go through is that we think that we need a budget, or we need the access. Like
we always think big first.
Yeah, like you said, like last year you was asking people to share your shit. Then I see Virgil, you doing this shit with the yellow Air Force Ones.
And listen, that's what people don't understand, bro. It's like they really don't understand that. Like I had to really put my pride aside, cause like, I don't do that, bro. Like it came to females I was asking, even feel me, males, but everybody, bro, mothers, aunts, grandmothers, everybody. But
do you think? I think that's I think, you know, words have power, and we give words power, but words also hinder us, right? Like that's why people. I remember my man said this to me. He said, like, yeah, we cast spells, because why you think they call it spelling? You know what I mean? Like you said, the tongue is a powerful thing. It's mightier than a sword. You know what I mean? So it's like when a person might be sitting around that's watching the Rayyy Rayyy or watching the Wayno, and they saying like, I could never do that, or what do they do? Or,
they might actually really be putting that up.
They're casting a spell on themselves. You feel me? So it's like by you having a little bit of foresight is kind of taking you on your journey. But my biggest thing is like, how do we get out of the pride conversation? Because honestly, bro, if you come from the hood, I don't give a fuck any hood we from, whether you from the Bronx and Harlem like us, or Brooklyn or Baton Rouge, wherever. Pride is is the destruction to me of black men and women. It's one of our biggest.
It's installed in you since young. You know what I'm saying? Because you always just coming from areas like that. You always taught to just not depend on nobody, not trust nobody. So you feel me? Like your pride is always there. You're gonna always feel like if I ask this person, they got one up on me. And all that. The only way I feel you could get out of that, that's just you questioning yourself
internally.
Like how bad you want something.
But do you think that we have as well as we don't want to trust anybody, we put this like dependency on ourselves, and then essentially like you said. So think about it in this context, right? You said, all right, like I had pride, I didn't want to. But ultimately, you had to break that. So you kind of couldn't trust yourself in the end.
At all.
Or you had to grow to a new self in order to kind of move forward.
Because I knew I was putting myself out there. Like, honestly, I'll be real. Like, so I just turned 26. So at the time, I probably was like 25. A lot of people got to think where my mindset was at, too.
Right.
Excuse me. So it's like, I'm 25. Feel me? Like, I'm doing Instagram videos. It look good now because of what it become.
Right.
But it's like, if you had to be real, I'm 25 doing Instagram vids. I just came home from school. So it was like, when I decided to really reach out, that was me saying, I'm going all in. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm going to just put my pride aside. Like, if I'm going to do it and fail at it, at least I know, like, I did it. Like, always.
At least you pulled out all stops as well.
Yeah, like, you feel me? Because a lot of people don't even know. I took a whole year off from the gram. Before this run, I took a whole year off. Studied the gram, like studied it. Like I literally studied it.
Do you have any presence before IG? Did you have any presence on like Vine or anything like that?
Nah, I was always trending on IG here and there. Cause I used to do the bottle skits at first.
Right.
Get what I'm saying? So like 50 had posted that a minute ago. And then that's when, feel me, I got a little buzz, but then it would die down. Cause another thing, I wasn't consistent at first. So that's what
the biggest
thing. And shout out, I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Ron Suno, cause a lot of people don't know too. Ron from the Bronx. Me and Ron, like, right while he was going up, me and Ron was doing skits and all that. Like right before.
Yeah,
like,
I seen Ron used to do, cause the whole weave shit, that's him.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That shit is in Fortnite now. Everything, 2K now.
So I'm happy that you said that, bro, because you know what the problem that I see. The biggest problem I have with that is that what I learned is you can't copyright movement.
Yeah. All those dances.
You can't copyright movement. But I feel like, you want to know why you can't copyright movement? Because white people ain't making the movements. Because trust and believe, if white people was creating the movements, there'd be a way to copyright
some of those dances. And you not telling me all those dances in Fortnite and all that is not copyrighted.
There's even a whole thing going on. No, yeah.
They so I'm gonna tell you,
some of them gotta be.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you how they not. I'm gonna tell because you can't copyright movement, bro. You can't copyright movement.
So nobody getting paid off of them dances.
Hell no. So this is how I learned about it, right? I started like building with my man Beehive.
That's
from Rock Nation, and he started teaching me. I've been playing video games my whole life, but like I never knew that people was making real money. Like I'm talking about like, bro, like
to actually play,
bro. If I would have known that I could have been a champion making 6 figures a year or close to $1 million for playing.
Didn't they do that with Fortnite, right?
Bro,
like last year.
Look, Mortal Kombat, bro, I still buy Mortal Kombat every time that shit come out. I've been playing that shit since 92 when it came out. Street Fighter, bro. When I was a kid,
the combos off rip.
Bro, dudes in the game room used to bet money on me when I was a kid because I was good in Street Fighter.
Play against other people.
To play against other people. So I didn't know that. Like, so what he basically told me is that, do you know how much money Fortnite makes a month? $300 million. Listen,
and it's not even from buying the game. It's all the downloadables.
It's a free game. It's in-game purchases. They make $300 million a month.
V-Bucks.
Right? So look, this is buying all the accessories that when Jordan Brand does the collab, when Travis Scott does the collab,
LeBron just did that's a fact. Bro, the NBA just did one with them too.
Look at this shit, bro. How long bro, when GTA 5 came out, I had Xbox 360.
I had PS3.
They just now you want to know why? Because they've been selling the in-game purchases. In-game is $1 billion business.
Like with the heist and all that, GTA.
Right. So when a 2 milli, who we know made the Millie Rock, we know made the Really Rock. We know it's a big record that not only it influenced it influenced West Coast. I've heard Kendrick Lamar say it. I've heard Playboy Cardi say it. In New York, I Millie Rock.
Don't forget about the South.
The South. That's what I'm saying. Playboy Cardi from Atlanta. It's influenced the world basically. I was in Japan when I was managing Dave East, and we went to Japan. They was playing Millie Rock in the club. But this man cannot monetize his creation, and even if he tries to. Think about the legal you got to go up against a company that makes $300 million a month. Yeah. You don't stand a chance.
They got the money to spend on legal fees.
Of course.
Exactly.
And they get the best team. They could the best team possible.
Right. So I was just saying that because like with Ron Suno, like that's how I found out about him. Of course, it was first the weave shit, and then him doing the Yankee hat, like, yo, if you got your shit on this way, that way, like
he did that. Describing different New York niggas that way.
And then like when he started to become an artist, an artist that I was working with was close to him because they from the same area. But like, what we're figuring out right now, even with you, and what I would like to see is because we have like what's my man from Atlanta named Desi Banks and all.
Yo, he's hilarious.
He's hilarious, bro. He's hilarious. Like the Drewskis in a fucking Call of Duty commercial.
Yo, Drewski, you wanna know when I was like, he got it. Yeah. When I seen Diddy snatch him up.
Oh yeah.
Throw him in that commercial. Yeah. I'm like, he got it.
Well, I think, and what I was getting at is like, there are ways. For like what we were taught, like, cause think about what you're doing right now, and think about your 10-year-old self. If you first of all, Instagram didn't exist when you was 10
at all.
Right. So think about you saying that you would even do skits. That's like the furthest concept from being successful.
You don't think like that though,
right?
That's like you just said. Think about telling your 10-year-old self that.
Yeah,
you be taping with things outside of just your phone.
Not really, because it's like I'm more so like I see something right now. And be like, all right, bet. Yeah. And get right to it. Like, don't care where I'm at. Like, all right, bet. I don't care who hear me. None of that. Like, feel me? Like, it be times I'm at Brisk crib, my man Brisk crib, right? I be talking to him. And he be conversation. And I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. I go in the room, record it, and come right back out.
Yo, wow. So like that's how I tweet.
Easy.
Feel me?
Like, that's how I tweet. I be tweeting shit and people be like, what was you? I be like, whenever I see something, I just say it. Like,
that's just how it is.
Like I could be on the line and I remember one time I was on the line and a nigga had on like these low top, like he had on, you know how they make like these shoes, they try to make like the casual shoe that has like a familiar design. He had like the Jordan 11 lows, but it was a shoe. But it was like, the pattern.
Jordan 11 loafers.
Hard bottoms. I just was like, I tweeted something like, yo, niggas is out of pocket with these, right? and people was asking me like, so you see that pattern that's on that sneaker? Yeah, the pattern that's on there. He had that pattern.
The cement pattern?
Not the cement pattern. The pattern that's around this part.
I see what you mean.
Soul. It was like that on a fucking, imagine that on a hard bottom shoe, bro. But you could identify it because we know sneakers.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, it wasn't made by Jordan or Nike though. I'm like, where the fuck do they get stuff like that? So people like, I just tweet what I see or what I hear or what I got going on. But
that's like being natural. I feel like that's the best way because that's when you're the most free, bro.
Right.
And nothing is scripted, nothing is like planned. You get what I'm saying? Like that's when your mind is just open.
But so what other things, like, give me a little bit more into your background. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you tell me your dad was in your life.
Facts. Both of my parents, like, they still together.
Wow.
But you feel me? Like, of course, I had my little ups and downs. My pops got into a little situation. And that was the time, like, you feel me? Like, during those 3 years, that's when it was like, I ain't gonna lie. I say God work in funny ways because I feel like God like literally say, you know what? I already know what I got planned for you. This is the only way I could go about it right now. So I'm like, my father went away. He had to do a little bit. And those 3 years, that's when everything like fake changed. Like I ain't gonna lie. Before then, had everything, you feel me? That's when times got a little harder, you feel me? That's when I started facing adversity. That's when I understood how strong my mother was. That's when I started like learning values, you heard? Like, so that's what like those 3 years was like the most important. Cause like where we come from, I ain't gonna lie, like it's not easy. But like not at all, like it's not easy. But like this is how we made it easy. Like I'm just the one that know how to get on the camera and show it. Like it's a bunch of I
think that what you do also that's good in your comedy is like you able to make like light out of crazy situations.
Yeah, and that's like tough. Where we come from, like, and Brisk could tell you, like, my friends, that's how they are.
The same things that, you ever heard that term, the same things that make you laugh can make you cry?
Yeah.
For real, I think that it's true. It's the same thing in reverse. You know what I mean? It's the same shit.
It's true, and I ain't gonna lie, you can't really go, I feel like you can't go the whole day without laughter. Know what I mean? Because it's like, without a sense of humor, it's like, bro, you just gonna be miserable. You feel me? So
you gotta give yourself. You have to. I feel like all of those things is healthy. It's also healthy to express yourself however you feel fit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's one thing I learned. I actually lost my dad last year, and like when I lost my dad, thank you. When I lost my dad, I learned that, like, not that I didn't know that, but I really understood that it's okay to express yourself however you feel fit.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? Whether that be, because it be days, bro. It's some days where like I might shed a tear because I think about my dad, but it's days I die laughing because my dad was like the funniest person I ever met in my life. So it's like we used to ride in the car and he just be talking shit, bro. My dad was like this older dude that like he fuck with the young chicks. He take them out to Atlantic City and shit.
He was that guy.
He was the dude on the block that like everybody knew what he was up to.
He probably was the one that started Sneaky Link.
My pops was definitely a Sneaky Link dude. So I got this video one day and he's telling me about how like it's this chick that he be talking to and shit, and I'm recording him. He don't even know. This is like 2013. Like, I'm recording him and shit, and he's like, "Oh shit, like you recorded." But my pops loved the gram.
He was on point.
Yeah, he was on point. But he loved the gram, and that's why, like, for what it is you doing, and like the other brothers we mentioned or whatever, like, I think that it's the conventional way of how comedy is done is so different because has there been any comics that's embraced you or reached out to you?
Besides, like, not any like major in terms of like the
not that, but I'm just saying just people who do shit.
I ain't gonna lie,
Who's like, the craziest person that reached out to you?
Craziest person.
That you was like, wow, I can't believe they watching my shit.
Lil Baby. Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Even when he reposted, he commented on the vid and all that. Like, we ain't actually have a convo.
Right.
But it's just like for him to acknowledge that, you feel me? Like that's somebody I literally was just bumping his music. Like you feel me? Like, and you feel like it's just like you gotta understand. Sometimes you gotta be realistic, bro. You really be thinking that this is impossible sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Even this. So like to see it happening, it's crazy how you, as I'm speaking for myself, like I could just like my team and I, we sit down, we put down a plan, and like to actually execute is crazy. That's why I be telling people, bro. Like,
have you embraced being this version of Rayyy Rayyy that you are now?
Yeah.
Is it still new? Because I ain't gonna lie, for me, like, my name been Wayne my whole life. People been calling me. My name used to be Little Wayne when I was little from my dad because I got my dad name, and then eventually, my dad name, his nickname was Wayno, and then people started calling me Wayno. So, but I know that now Wayno is this thing to people, but it's just me to me.
Right.
So it's like, I want to know, like, you've been who you are your whole life, but how's the switch been a bit?
Honestly, I say it made me more responsible. Made me more, you feel me, like, more on my P's and Q's and all that, because I definitely embrace it, but I be honest, like, I'm more afraid to lose it. That's why that's why I'm consistent.
Right,
feel me?
right.
And it's not because of the fame and none. It's like I actually enjoy being in a position right now to like not fully but somewhat provide and help others. You heard?
Right.
Because it's like I know how that is. Like that's why I be telling people embrace the struggle. It's easier said than done, but you gotta really embrace that. Because when it's time for this, like when your time come, if you never really embrace the fact, like the struggles and all that, when this come, you ain't gonna know how to take care of it.
Yo, one of my favorite lines that Lupe Fiasco ever said was, "Struggle, another sign that God love you, cause being poor also teach you how to hustle." Right? And what you said stuck out to me, right? Like when people say easier said than done, I don't like the misconception that like something getting done has to be easy.
Right.
Because anything like, I mean, and it could be vice versa. For a man who wants a woman that they want to be with, it's not going to be easy to get that one you want. Vice versa, for a woman to get the man that she wants.
Especially if she the one.
And vice versa, for a woman to find a man that she want. Like you said, like your parents been together for
they've been married for 26 since they had me. They've been together for like 37. And I'm like, we gonna be honest. I don't know everything that went on, wasn't perfect, whatever, but it's just the principle, bro. Like even today, you don't see that. So it's like you. I
feel like that we in a time, and like with social media, that's another thing social media does. Like because everybody's thoughts can be spewed out so quickly, and a lot of the thoughts are very influential, a lot of shit is looked at like, we look at shit like we don't need each other. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, we look at it like we don't need each other at all. You know what I mean? It's like hearing, like I never got a chance to witness my mom and my dad being together. Like they were together before I was born, and then they broke up when I was born. But they always had. I'm number 6 out of 8 kids, all different mothers from my dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I never got a chance to grow up in a household where I seen my dad hugging on my mom or them even arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like I just grew up with my mom, and then I would see my dad to see my mom. So I think that it's important that we can share stories at times where we could be like, yeah, that shit really still exists.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what we don't. I feel like that's what we need to see more of too, bro. Like in terms of, how can I say? I feel like people don't understand how important structure is. And like what I mean by that is, of course, it was a point in time where the structure, like when my pops being missing, the structure wasn't there. But how can I say, the lessons that I was taught, is like what I went through helped me like keep some of the structure there, because it was just like, nah, like I just know what I really want to accomplish. You feel me? So like that just applies to everything. Like embrace that struggle, man. Like,
so what's some of the things you do want to accomplish? I want to know.
What's some things that you said? What's some things I do want to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, like just I mean, you don't have to, because I don't tell everybody every goal I have or things I'm working on, but like, you know, just different things.
I ain't gonna lie. Now, what I want to do, I feel like, not being cocky in the most humblest way, I feel like I might be the only one that know how to do it or do it right. Cause like, I want to be the first one like to really start. Like I ain't no wannabe. I'm gonna start a comedy label, bro. Like and what I mean by comedy label, like if you do funny music, like we gonna get that made into a genre. Like, you know, they have award shows and all that. I want it to be best comedy album of the year.
But you know, like, that did exist though. Like, you know, I mean, you got to
bring that back.
See, I think the way people consume records is different, because I work in the music industry. You know what I mean? But the way people consume shit is different, because I remember when I was a kid, bro, when Chris Rock dropped No Sex in the Champagne Room, he had Gerald Levert on his single.
And that's what people don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Like Adam Sandler had a comedy.
He had a comedy album, yeah.
Chris Rock, you feel me? All of them, like.
Who's another one? It's somebody I just was thinking of that did something with, like Afro Man, Because I Got High. People don't, because.
And they don't, that's
he sold 500,000 records.
Bro, that song come on the radio right now. You play that in the club right now.
Yo, people was crazy about, and Afro Man was 8 Tray Crip. Like, people don't know like all this shit about, like, he was coming from the hood, but found some light in the darkness, you know what I mean, and turned it into something to monetize.
Lil Duval,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Even Kevin Hart, when he had Chocolate Dropper and all that.
But do you think that for some, so do you think that, and especially we in New York, right? And of course, like New York, I don't get into this thing where I feel like New York is just the most horrible place, because
it's not, bro.
It's not, but
to me, it's like a beautiful place.
It is, but right now, shit is wild. But shit was wild when I was a kid. Like, I would not, a lot of my friends is coming home right now for shit that they did when they was 17, 20 years later, 21 years later, 15, 14-year bids. So it's not like these kids aren't doing nothing different than we've already seen. But I would like to find more ways for us to break the cycle. But with that being said, I wanted to ask you, do you think that it might be kids out there that may be funny, but they don't even want to be comfortable enough to say because they don't want to be looked at as, you know what I mean? Like they saw for.
I'll be real. I speak about it with Briss all the time. Like, I'll be honest. Like, matter of fact, true story. I ran into Shiggy in Atlanta, right? So Shiggy like, yo, bro, you always like, he like, you funny, but you always got the mean face and all. I say, yo, bro, you gotta understand, right? One, we comedians, so off rip. You know, you got that perception of, you not like that, whatever. And it's not about being like that, right? But now that goes back to what you say. So just think about it. If a comedian could get looked at just because of him being a comedian, he could get looked at that way. How do you think other people feel about actually just trying to be a comedian? You feel me? Like, and I tell people all the time, it ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause me, I don't look at myself as a comedian. I just look at it as me being me. Like, this is me. Like, you feel me? Like, when I get on the camera, that's me. When I get off, that's me. You know what I mean? Like, I could just naturally make you laugh without trying. Like, I could say something and just be myself, and you just be like, nah, bro, you a fool. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I do think I think there's a lot of people out there because even now I see a lot of people doing the green screen. I never seen this amount of people trying to make funny content.
Yeah, the green screen shit is like they trying to go up. But I think that there's also like I remember like you know how they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. I remember my homegirl Raven said, "Fuck that." Whoever said that was a biter, right? But I do feel like people might see what you're doing and be like, "Wow," like. They do feel inspired. Like maybe I could do that.
And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. I want that for everybody because a lot of people don't even know. It was a point in time like even Pop still do it. And what I like about Pop, right? This is how he became like my favorite. Me and Pop, we speak. We even hosted an event, but it's just like I seen how he was doing the green screen and I was doing it at the same time, right? But it was different ways. Right. That's what I tell people. I be like, yo, bro, the only difference about mine is my type of like me being original. It's my style. And that's the gift and the curse about the green screen. Like the green screen, you could really get up there. And if you know what you're doing, bro, like ASAP, you could go to the moon. Like you could just take right off. Feel me?
Have you wanted to get into acting?
Yeah. I already got some in the works. Okay. Shout out to my man Uncle Murder. We got some.
Hey, Uncle Murder, that's my dog, man. That nigga crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, I love Uncle Murder. His energy is crazy.
He's Uncle Murder. Like, you know what's crazy about Uncle Murder? He's Uncle Murder.
Yeah, Brisk had me with him last night, man. I ain't gonna lie, Uncle Murder is something else.
He a funny nigga too.
Yeah, like.
Yo, I remember one time.
Without even trying. Uncle Murder is just.
My man told me, he said Uncle Murder do shit like, he'll call you and be like, yo, man, I left like 4 bricks in your house, man. Yo, you need to come over here right now. Like, I'm waiting for you downstairs. Like just fucking with you. You know what I mean?
And you won't even know what's going on.
Yeah, you won't even know.
Uncle Murder, I ain't gonna lie, but his energy is unmatched, bro. Like, his energy is genuine.
Yeah,
like, if he jacking you, he jacking you. And it's like, that's why, like, I just try my hardest to surround myself around energy like that. But Uncle Murder, though, I ain't gonna lie, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Murder.
Do you do collaborations?
When I first started, I was, and then I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, you know what? Let me try something. But it's like I want to. Like I definitely want to, because I'm not on no Hollywood or nothing. Like I definitely want to.
I think it just amplifies the voices. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's why like Wildin' Out is such a great platform. Like Wildin' Out has been on longer than any sketch show. Longer than
I was a kid.
Yeah, longer than Chappelle's show, longer than In Living Color. And like if you look at the careers it sparked, like you know what I mean. Shout out to my brother Charlie Clips, man. Like you know, for a lot of the battle rappers, it's giving them a new win. You know what I mean? For a lot of the girls, like even B Simone, like B Simone, what's crazy about her is I was on tour with East when I was managing East, and we was in Dallas one time, and we was there. We went to a little dope spot that one of his homies had. Shot some basketball. It was a studio. It's just one of them fun places, right?
Just cooling. And then we do Wildin' Out, and that's why I'm still managing East. And we do Wildin' Out, and B Simone, she came up to me. She's like, "Yo, you remember me?" And I was like, I said, I remember your face, but I can't remember where. She's like, I was with y'all at Dallas. One of East's friends went to college with her. So she was around just chilling, you know what I mean, on some cool shit. She wasn't messing with nobody there, you know what I mean? She just on some cool shit. Like this around. Like,
yeah, and to see what she took, like from that moment on, like I think East did Wildin' Out in like 2017, we in 2021, and to see what B Simone has done, like from that moment where she had reminded me in 2016, she was around us on tour, to where she's at now, just shows that like there's no limit to where you can push this shit.
At all. And you want to know who's another person I seen really go crazy from there? It's two of them. Just Hilarious.
Yeah. Yes, Just Hilarious, yeah.
And pretty, what's her name? V?
Yeah, V, yeah.
Nah, and I'm bugging. DC Young Fly.
Oh, she going on them. She go Bean.
Young Fly went to the moon.
With the 85 South thing. It's like, yo,
they doing their thing with that too.
What's really dope now is that like, when it comes to having a career, you don't have to be one thing, right? Like for myself, like I'm a media personality, but like my foundation is in music. I still manage artists from time to time, but I do A&R. You don't have to be just this one thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, especially if you're in the social media world too. I mean, essentially everything we do, because I roll out everything I do on social media. You know what I mean? But like, it's given such a great platform if you know what to do with it. That's why I hate when you still got them old niggas in the hood that be like, man, you on Instagram all day. Niggas ain't making no money off that. No, you ain't, nigga.
At all. And you know the crazy thing? Yesterday, I seen it on Google, bro. They just approved a $1 billion, it's a $1 billion package, bro, for Facebook IG. I seen it. I don't know if they passed it or whatever. I seen it on Google, and they're gonna start paying influencers who make content.
Yeah, they
like
should.
they put money together. It said it in the article like they want to start paying influencers.
Because I think that the pandemic taught a lot of people a lot of things, right? It's like, okay, not that just we in a global pandemic and people getting sick and being safe and all of that, but that we can be entertained in a lot of different ways. Because it's like, all right, I mean, I never really was jacking like the home concert shit, right? Like it's like you don't get the same.
And the way that turned into something, it's like now that might be a thing.
Because I mean, look at what Versus became. You know what I mean? Because I always said like, yo, once shit opens back up, Timberland and Swiss can take at least 10, 20 of these artists and do a Versus tour. And you got a headline. Like there's so many records that they can have. They could switch their list every night.
Do you know if the shit with Locks and Dipset is gonna be with people in attendance?
Nah, that's official.
Yeah.
I think that's at the Garden.
It's at the Garden, so people will be in attendance. Yeah, but I think you got to have like the vaccine.
Of course, you got to be vaccinated and all that. But that's
talking about that with the pandemic. How was that? How was last year for you as a content creator?
I ain't gonna lie. So like, I'll be real. My like me being an athlete kicked in, and I'm gonna tell you how. Because it's like when you play ball, you might just be locked into going to the gym, or if you in school, it's gym, doing whatever, right? So me not being able to go outside, I was already like, I went to school in PA also. Yeah. So I was already used to being in the crib, cooling, right? So me being in the house wasn't a problem. So now I literally just locked in. Like it was times, bro, I was dropping 3 vids a day. Like now I
have more time to create.
Yeah, like now I get up, I ain't gonna lie, I post a vid. Like I post a vid every morning. You feel me? And then I go about my day, do what I gotta do. Depending on how the day going, if it's a crazy trending topic, I throw another vid up, right? But like last year, I had nothing but time. Like I was in the vid, like I'm talking about 3 to 4 vids a day going viral. Like every story you clicked on, like you clicked on every story, you seen one of my vids. Feel me? Like, and then I was just going crazy. And then eventually, the more outside open up, start getting like call-ins for bookings and all that.
But you get more content out of that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like once outside opens up a little bit, you getting new things to watch and see, right?
And it's like finally new things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I'll be real, who else, like, it's only a certain amount of time you can sit there and talk about what we used to do. You gotta have, you feel me? That's why if you see sometimes I also do like actual live skits. Like I did a skit where I act like I was in the I reenacted like how they used to be in the staircase.
Yeah.
Like I be doing stuff like that. Like, or you do actual live funny skits. So it's like you gotta switch it up sometimes.
The dancing on the wall shit was tears. Oh my god.
Oh, you talking about the one I just put up?
Yeah, bro. Because so look, it's so crazy. You went Rice,
that was
bro.
your time too.
Yeah, bro.
Chris.
You went to Rice,
That was
bro.
your time.
When I was a kid, bro, Rice parties, you couldn't even. That shit was like trying to get in the club when you was a teenager.
Niggas sneaking through the window. My freshman year,
yeah,
I swear, and I ain't gonna lie, and at Rice parties, freshmen don't really.
Oh yeah,
feel me? You don't really go. I just so happened to go one year, bro. It was that my freshman year I went. I seen people sneaking through the windows. All at Rice parties,
Gaucho's parties, bro. Gaucho,
never been in one of those. I ain't gonna lie.
So,
I heard about it though.
You 26, I'm 38.
Yeah, I never been in one.
So I'm talking about like shit, 99, dog. Like
I was just born. I was probably like 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like 99, bro. Like
3 or 4.
I was Gaucho's parties, bro. Like I remember Gaucho's parties was crazy. See, the thing about Gaucho's parties that was ill was it was like, all right. See, I was always kind of neutral because I was born in the Bronx and then I lived in Harlem. So it's like I got family.
Everybody.
Like, yeah, my family's in Bronx River and my family's in Boston Road and then I'm from Harlem. So when I go to the Bronx, I don't really have problems with niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't like, but Harlem niggas have problems with a lot of Bronx people. You know what I mean? That shit is just.
And it been like that for years.
For years. It's before even I was born. That shit just been like that. It's just the same with like Brooklyn and Queens. You know what I'm saying? But like, so for me, I never used to run into shit. But a lot of my homies, like, bro, if you wasn't cool at a Gaucho's party, bro, they was chasing you over the bridge.
Oof. That's how the key went.
That's how the key, bro. The key, bro. Let me tell you something.
I went to a key party one time with my brother. Like, he snuck me in, and I ain't gonna lie, that let out was crazy. That's how I knew what I knew.
Bro, the key was like a gladiator sport when I was a kid, bro.
Yeah.
I used to go to. I said it one time that like, yo, there was a point in time where I didn't care about nothing in my life but having a new outfit for the key every Saturday. I would hustle whatever I could or whatever money I could muster up. By Sunday, I ain't have a dime in my pocket. But I had a fly ass
Wednesday was ladies' night.
Bro, let me tell you, man. The crazy thing about the key is I had a problem with this dude one time. I had a fight with this dude. And I whooped this nigga ass so bad, he was telling people I got him jump.
He spent back.
So no. Look, this what happened. It wasn't nobody who was in the people that was there. It was my wife's little brother was there. I mean, we was kids at the time, but my wife's little brother was there. One of my friends and the dude, and it was in a hallway, right, in a building. So it wasn't nobody really there. And this ain't no Instagram to corroborate the story.
Yeah, just back then, these not even camera phones.
I had the fight with this dude, and like, he from Harlem, but he knew a lot of these Bronx niggas, the OEOEO niggas, the Valhalla niggas.
Oh, Valhalla.
Yeah. Oh, listen, they was on niggas' body back then. When I tell you they was on niggas' body, bro, I'm talking about if you wasn't cool, like you had, like I feel like the only way in New York you can get a fair fight is if like y'all all known each other since kindergarten. Like,
like since birth, like y'all, like his moms and your moms had y'all together.
It's so bad now that it's like these kids that be ops and beefing with each other.
There's literally no fair ones no more.
They was in AAU together, like, you know what I'm saying? So look, so bro, in Skate Key, I was in there, and like the dude, he was talking to some nigga, and then it was the one nigga from the Valhalla niggas that every weekend he was making a movie, bro. I'm talking about every weekend he
pulled up just to make a movie.
No, he was there. He was already there. Mm-hmm. But I guess the dude that I had a problem with was telling him that we had problems. Mm-hmm. So I kind of had a feeling I knew how this night is gonna go.
Your street smarts kicked in.
Bro, so he started sizing me up and shit, whatever. And then what saved me was everybody know you don't know her, but it was this blood chick from the Bronx named Ladybug, right?
Heard about Ladybug.
You heard about Ladybug.
Heard about Ladybug. I heard, like, you just gotta stay away from Ladybug.
Yeah, bro. She clapped the nigga in there that night, bro. Look, that's what saved me. Cause the night this is all. This ain't like this. I heard about this all past. She clapped the nigga in Skate Key that night.
How the fuck I do a video on Ladybug?
Man, bro, listen. She was treacherous, bro. Like Ladybug was not to be played. Like it's legendary niggas when it come to Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn. When it come to gang shit, she was one of them people.
I heard like rule number one. They just like, yo, bro, to stay out her way.
Stay out her way. No, you have to stay out her way.
Like literally, like that's all. That's all like they used to tell me.
But what's crazy about it is like I met her one time and she's actually pretty nice. This was a long time ago.
That's how it be though.
But at that time, yeah, she was not nothing to be played with, bro. And yeah, with Ladybug that night, she saved my life, bro. Cause but that's what going. But even with that being said, bro, I still went to Skate Key. I didn't care. I still
did next Ladybug though.
Yeah.
Oh, Ladybug, I ain't gonna lie. Like we probably could talk to Ladybug now.
Right here for real. She probably got kids and life together.
Yeah,
now.
like she probably was changed.
But you know, but another thing too though is that like, you know, growing up, Bronx, Harlem, just New York, period. We don't really get a chance to address the traumas of the shit that we grew up around. Like it just was like the term outside wasn't a thing.
No,
like that wasn't a thing. It just so when I'm watching your skits, I be laughing because I be like, yo,
really had to, yo, bro.
But bro, for you to be younger than me and be saying some shit I went through, I be like, yo, how does this nigga know this shit?
Like, you don't understand. All right, so look, like even the Skate Key thing, I had an older brother. So like, feel me, it was times I would really go with my older brother, and I was always tall, bro.
Yeah.
So it was like he'd be able to.
Yeah, because right.
And I was just always, you feel me, I knew how to act around older. You feel me? So like that's how I know certain things. But like even how you said like some of the trauma we go to, like yeah, I might joke around about the Biggie situation, but like people don't understand, bro. Like. You really couldn't go to school. You feel me? Like, and if you did go to school and you had on a Biggie, you really had to be like to be on point.
So you was a teenager during that time.
Yeah, see, I was like 13, 14.
When the Biggie shit came out, I wasn't a teenager. I was in my early 20s. Like I was in my early 20s when it happened. But it's crazy because one of my homegirls, she a little nigga robbed her for her shit.
Nah,
but let me tell you the funny thing about it. Like she known for fighting. Her name's Shot Killer. Her name is Shaquilla, but they call her Shot Killer. They call her Shot Killer. Oh, like, remember like Sharkeisha? They call her Shot Killer. But her hands gotta work. Yeah. So she told me, she said, yo, when the boy pulled up on me, I thought he was trying to talk to me. She's like, yo, he pulled the gun on me.
All right.
And she was like, yo, he took my jacket, but she was like, it was freezing. Yo, she chased him and took her coat back from this nigga. Like,
oh, no.
But it was a point in time, bro, where like, I purposely, at that time in my 20s, I wanted them all. Like I wanted them all, but I was like, I'm starting to care a little because before I would have bought one not caring. Like I don't give a fuck, niggas not taking.
But it was getting.
I'm to the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to go through that and that and Pellies, bro.
Yeah, and yo, not even to say it like that. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I still got my Pel and my Biggie, but. It was because I ain't gonna lie, I was moving smart too. You feel me? Like if you really had one, you knew how you had to move.
Yeah.
But it was like, yo, I seen people go through hell for them jackets.
For hell, bro.
Like I'm talking about, yo, you understand? I seen people go, like.
Yo, you know what's crazy though?
Like damn, like if you knew you was gonna let them do that, why go get the jacket?
Why go
like
get it?
I really seen
people was getting violated for them
badly, bro.
Like
badly.
You know how you see all this violence in the news today? Every day it was over the coats
for a jacket.
But you know what's the crazy thing about that? How I always felt is like them white people who make them coats that make them shits for climbing mountains don't even know that none of this shit is going on.
Probably not.
Because I feel like if they did know,
it'd be even more expensive.
Not even that it would, but then I feel like they would have even tried to cater towards it a little bit. Like, let's make some for them to really go crazy.
Like how Levi's made them Levi's with the red flag on the right pocket and the blue flag on the left pocket.
They knew they were doing.
Try to act like they don't know. First of all, gangbanging way before it got to New York they was rocking Levi jeans like that back in the 80s and shit with their flags hanging out of them. Y'all gonna capitalize off of people pain. You know what I'm saying?
They know what they doing.
Yeah.
The same way like. I ain't gonna lie. How can I say? Like Walmart just tried it with the Yeezys.
Oh yeah. They made them.
Walmart literally just tried it. I told my man
when I seen that, I said, "Yo, go grab me a pen every color."
I ain't go like they backed out the same exact things.
That's crazy. But see, and it kind of goes back to, but like honestly, bro, and that's even a deeper conversation. But I always feel like, see, we don't make these seeds that we plant. Your comedy. Movements, dance, our arts, our culture. We haven't had the resources to be able to build where we could protect ourselves, right? So that's why I'm saying like it starts with a U, it starts with a Pop, it starts with Pop Vaz, it starts with a D1 Pop, Desi Banks, B Simone's, all of y'all. Where like going into the future, bro, you got to think it's like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, right? Like
the door of this lane gonna be wild.
It's gonna be wild, but at the same time, like. Same way how you used your degree to take and say, yo, you know what? If I'm gonna become the business and I'm gonna market my business
myself, yeah.
I would like to see if you find a young person that's in entertainment law and they're like, yo, you know what? Let's figure out how to change this shit and let's change it amongst this collective of people. Because, bro, like essentially, you ain't got no kids?
No.
All right, but eventually, if you do or you don't, you know what I'm saying? For the kids that do come after you, you're gonna want them to be protected. You're gonna want them to be able to monetize because there's gonna be
benefit off of this, bro.
There's gonna be a kid that's like, the reason why I do what I do is because of you. You know what I'm saying?
And he'll tell you Briss will tell you my biggest fear, bro. Like I tell him all the time, I don't care about the fame. I just wanna I got this saying, I just wanna turn my views into dollars, bro.
Right.
Like I wanna make a living off of this. Like I wanna be able to nah, he ran it up off the gram. How everybody I want to turn this into a living, bro. I just don't want to be the norm. I'm viral. Everybody know me. I'm cool. I'm still. No, I want it to be like, yo, like you see how the music industry is. Like that's how the Instagram comedian industry is. Like I really want. I'm gonna do it one day. Like I'm gonna really be able to sign. Like,
have you ever got into the realm of an NFT? You know what an NFT is?
Nice.
So an NFT is kind of like it's like
non-fungible token.
Yeah, non-fungible token, but you could make a viral, have you ever seen that dude who was like skateboarding and he got the cranberry juice and all that shit?
Yeah.
Like he turned that into an NFT and you could sell that.
Yeah, he sold that.
That video, you could sell it. And
how much
sold
did he sell that shit for?
I think like $1 million or change.
Word?
Yeah, bro.
Or he sold his video.
Yeah, you can make, so, I mean, you the crazy thing about NFTs is my homie sold
500,000.
500,000. Look,
that's still for that though. That's good.
So like my homie, he had told me that him and his wife was studying that shit, and because he was telling me that they first started doing it. Did you collect basketball cards?
When I was younger.
All right, so I collected basketball cards and shit, but they started doing live cards.
Yeah.
So remember that block that Giannis just caught the other day?
Yeah.
In the game?
That's a live card now.
They could make that into a live card, or you could buy packs of cards that's different highlights, right? Same way how we used to buy cards. And our cards was in our hand. you can buy cars and you download the file and that's your car pack, right? But now, and those moments can be worth something.
And then you could start something.
Because think about it, bro. Like, for all the shit that's happening right now, this shit is, we really live in a land where 20 years ago, if we'd have known what the future would bring, we'd be like, hell no, that's never gonna happen.
Facts.
We
would have never believed, they would have had no faith.
The first time I seen FaceTime, the first time niggas ever seen FaceTime was Star Wars. Yeah. When Darth Vader was calling niggas, cursing them out. And that was in the 70s. Darth Vader, I love Darth Vader. You ever seen the video of Darth Vader, his choke compilation? No. Every time he got a short temper. Every time somebody get out,
just choke somebody out.
Yeah, he just choke. He choke everybody, bro. This nigga chokes everybody. He got everybody. Somebody on YouTube made a compilation,
like a whole minute,
and niggas don't even be asking him. They don't be asking him like bad questions.
They don't be violating him or nothing.
Like the nigga asked him, like he's like, yo, he just wanted to know if he was still gonna be in charge. That nigga turned around. You know what I mean? And he was choking niggas through FaceTime. So it's like, and that was in the 70s, bro. So in the 80s, all these futuristic things that we saw are real now. Think about Marty McFly with the hoverboard and Back to the Future 2, right? We just seen a nigga on a hoverboard flying through Times Square the other day. But the thing about it is, it's not even far-fetched no more.
It's not.
Nigga, the government done came out and said that it's UFOs flying around and we don't know what it is. Now, we ain't saying it's aliens, but it's some shit that we can't control. We don't know. And people not even alarmed.
Like, it's just like, all right.
Yeah, it's like people not even alarmed. You know what niggas is worried about? When the next stimmy popping.
Yeah.
Them child care stimmies is popping right now.
I heard they supposedly, I don't know if it's true or not. What? They might be working on like a monthly stimulus. I don't know. I don't know.
They trying to do that. Remember Andrew Yang was saying this shit. He wanted to give everybody $1,000 a month. Like he was saying, he was full of shit.
We gonna go broke.
I wasn't jacking Andrew Yang anyway.
$1,000 a month.
I mean, $1,000 a month to get $1,000 a month. It's still $1,000
cool.
a month.
But remember you said that?
That's still...
You vaxxed? If you don't mind saying it or not. Are you vaxxed?
Nah.
Right. It's like what you were saying, right?
What?
It's like...
So I said, like, last pod we was doing, I said that, like, if they was signing niggas up for the vax, like, if they had the vax stimulation program where, like, the first, like, no bullshit. I made this shit up in my head, bro. You get 5 bands for the first vax, right? Like, let's say...
look how serious this face got. Everybody
gonna
5 bands.
You know how many times? People gonna be coming with new identities.
Vax for burgers. You seen the shit that they did the shit with Shake Shack. If you go get vax, you was getting a free Shake Shack burger.
But they saying that all sports events, everything now, concerts, if you don't got a vax card, you can't go.
But see, where there's always order, there's always disorder. So people gonna be selling them vax cards. Like they go,
that's happening already.
It's been happening.
It's probably somebody that got a whole stack right now.
Hell yeah. And they're gonna make up a new charge for that. See, that's the thing. Like wherever there's order, this order, and then there's law.
Somebody already working around that.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Somebody you can't go because I ain't gonna lie. You think so? How that work? You think every rapper gonna get vaxxed?
I don't think so. But so what I was saying is like, so this is the vax program that I came up with in my head. 5 bands for the first vax, right? And then like it's like a 3-step program. You get 5 bands for the first, like 2 for the next, and then like 500 for the last one, right?
Yeah, because y'all not about to keep
booster,
right?
Now there's a booster.
But like the booster shot. You know how many, the line will be down the block and around the corner. You wanna know why? Because stadium goods will be full the next hour.
Yep.
The jewelry store, everybody like,
then don't forget you got people that still be hungry. McDonald's always packed.
Right.
McDonald's right there.
That's a fact. But then look, you know what I'm already thinking of? Then you got the wait till the scammers get a hold of that. They're gonna be niggas that's gonna be going to get double vax for people. Like
that's what I'm saying.
I'll get your vax shot for you and just give you the bread.
They're gonna have a whole armful of metal, yo.
Yeah, it's like vax is all in this shit. Like
you heard it, and I ain't gonna lie. I don't trust them vax though, bro.
So I haven't even. So this been my whole thing with the vax, right? Like I actually had to do a Skype interview with this woman who is she's a doctor, and basically, you know, it's of course educating our people on the vaccination. And I wouldn't say I was totally against it, like, oh no, I won't do it immediately. But I said I don't want to do anything that I don't know nothing about.
You had your guards up.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my guards up because you know we spoke about it, and she did say a lot of things that make sense. So I caught COVID the beginning of this year, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't have asthma, none of that, so I didn't deal with the shortness of breath.
You ain't had like no symptoms.
The only symptom I had, bro, is I couldn't smell. That's the only thing. Other than that, I was just tired. I was not sick.
Yeah, you was fatigued.
I was fatigued.
Fatigue is crazy.
My cousin.
Did you have it?
Nah, my cousin had like said the same thing. He was
but other than that, bro, it wasn't nothing. So she already told me, she's like, yo, you already going through the worst part of it, right?
That shit sent
So
me to
basically
the
the vaccine, the thing about it is that the vaccine is not a cure, right? No. The vaccine is just basically a shield that activates whenever the disease comes back to you. Right. So if the disease comes back to you and if you've gone through it, she's like, you got double protection because you've already had it in your body. So your immune system is
antibody.
Click it on. Yeah. So you got the antibody. So the vaccine basically builds up a shield to prevent it to get through, right? So it's like when you put it in those terms, it don't sound that bad. But then it's like, you got people who's like, what? Man, I do everything on natural, this, down the third, nobody knows. But you can't say that and drink Henny, my nigga. Like you can't, because we don't know the ingredients to anything that we put in our body.
You can't have hood cakes no more.
You can't say that.
Yeah, you can't eat fucking Hostess.
I don't care what nobody
no zebra cakes.
Everybody say, weed natural. If you gonna say that, you can't say that.
Nah, bro.
Right.
Because you go smoke weed a month straight and then go try to run.
Right.
Or something like that. It ain't gonna be the same.
And everybody's body reacts differently to different things. My thing is that, like, I don't mind people doing it. I just feel like that when it comes to the market, they've been pushing it on our people, black people, brown people, people of color more than anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that ass up.
Yeah, vax that ass. Like, come on,
they crazy.
Juvenile.
Yes.
Wow.
They went crazy, bro. But I want to see the check too, because they got paid for that, bro.
Oh, 100%.
Because not only was it the vax that thing up though,
bro.
but it was also, it was for a dating app. So you putting it into a pipeline of people having to deal with people. Y'all want to be on this dating app? Vax that thing up. Like, that shit was crazy. That song will never be the same again, bro.
At all, like, cause it's like now it's like,
the club's gonna probably put that into the mix.
And then if they put that into my whole thing is like you said, right?
Yeah.
I want to see how much, but it's like, damn, I don't even know if that still might be enough. So you gotta understand what that song was without what he just did.
Right, without what he just did.
He didn't even have to say a word, bro. You hear the song come on.
They didn't have to make a new beat.
You can play the beat and then play the next song. The party's over. You
know what's crazy about Back That Ass Up? You could really just play the beat and the hook.
Yeah,
and that's it. You can play the beat, the hook, and Lil Wayne's part. The wobbity, wobbity. You could do that, and that's a whole
easy.
Yo, that's turning the party from here to here.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You could play the end, like you said, the start of it. Like you want to get the live of the party going, whatever. Play the start, just that. Dun, 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 and then turn it off.
Right.
Once you turn it off,
I was like,
it's a movie. Everybody gonna go crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, he might have just vaxxed that.
Nigga said, you a handsome young brother. Won't you vax that thing up? That's crazy.
Pause.
Yeah, we rate pauses on this show, so I gotta get that.
That's an 8.
That's a 9. That's a 10.
Because Juvenile, you decided to say that in a hit.
That was the bag.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, like how you sample your song to spin back like that?
That, what made me, you could tell when, and I'm not going to say that Juvenile need to pay his bills, but when you could tell people need to pay bills, bro? Did you ever see the Popeyes Jerry Rice commercial?
No.
You never seen a Popeye where the fucking mouth guard was a chicken, a drum, bro? You never seen that? Look at that.
Oh, yes.
The fucking, look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. This shit is crazy, bro.
This Juvenile?
Nah, this is Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice used to play for the 49ers, bro.
Yeah, he was a running back?
Yeah,
a receiver.
Yeah, receiver. He's a receiver. Look at that, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that's every fucking stereotype.
This looks like Undercover Brother.
Go back.
Yeah, bro. This is shit from Undercover Brother.
Why they got him looking like this?
Bro, they got a fucking chicken wing as the mouth guard, bro.
Damn, Undercover Brother was a good movie.
Undercover Brother was a good movie. But they got that as the mouth guard, bro. It's like that when Mary J. Blige did the crispy chicken.
I remember that.
Fresh lettuce. Remember that shit?
Yo, but look how he caught the football up that look.
Nah, man.
Yeah, look at her.
Nah, she kills me.
She's like,
that wasn't part of the script now. Come on.
I ain't gonna fry love.
Like, come on, Jerry.
I do like Popeye's chicken, but they be violating with their promotion, bro.
They do.
They be violating.
They be
like, I love that chicken from Popeyes. I hate that shit, bro. And then every time, bro, every time the commercial come on, they got that fucking like Louisiana chant. Woohoo!
Yeah, the chicken tumbling everywhere.
I gotta ask you this: you think Popeye's chicken really tastes different in Louisiana? That's one of the reasons I want to go.
I've been to Louisiana a few times, but Louisiana got so much good food. The last thing you think about is Popeyes.
There's probably other spots that are way better.
That's true, but I ain't gonna lie. I want to go try. I just want to see if it's a different.
It won't hurt.
I would want to do that too.
Get that Popeyes deal first.
And now that I think about it,
you gotta
get that Popeyes deal. Make them sponsor the trip.
For real.
Because ever since them chicken sandwiches dropped, nothing been the same. We done had pandemics.
You see what they about to drop? I said they about to drop the nuggets, bro. But they had nuggets before, but
not like this. Yeah, bring that up. Not like this.
It's the crispy outside.
Yo, these shit is crazy now. Nah, I need them nuggets, bro.
That shit looks wild. Come on.
I'm telling y'all now.
I'm going Popeyes after
this. Is going to tell us.
I know.
No lie. This is going to tell us if Popeyes is behind everything. Because if we go through another lockout, drought, anything because of these.
It was the lockout.
Yeah, after the sandwich, the world was never the same. We was never the same.
That's a fact.
Now y'all want to back out more chicken.
More chicken.
I definitely waited in line for one of those sandwiches.
Me too. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did.
I ain't waiting in line. Yo, I can't. The one over here. Yo, I went over there and it wasn't nobody over there. And but after I got one, then the line came. I was
bro.
Like,
wait, matter of fact,
the sandwich still good though. I ain't gonna front. That sandwich.
It is. It's the bread. I be telling people it be the bread, bro.
I think a chicken sandwich really just needs the piece, 2 pickles,
what's top 3 chicken sandwiches? Spicy.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A #1 for me.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A's fire.
Because they don't even need the sauce.
Chick-fil-A.
It's just in the batter.
Popeyes definitely.
Popeyes strong too. Did you taste the McDonald's one? The McDonald's one.
I have. It's not that. Yo,
I don't eat McDonald's, but I had to try that.
I see what they doing though. Popeyes, y'all some trendsetters. I give it to y'all because everybody backing out chicken sandwiches now. Everybody backing out chicken sandwiches now. But I ain't gonna lie, my top 3 Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. I'll probably go with McDonald's too.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
What's your last?
I can't give a last one. I feel like those are the top 2 contenders right there.
Not a chicken.
For a third,
the chicken spot spicy. The chicken sandwiches be on point 2.
I ain't. Yo, let me tell you something. Kennedy got me through. Kennedy
in my life. Still get me through right now. I don't even need to get through nothing. I just need it. Yeah, I never. What you can never go wrong with
Kennedy. Not even the spicy. The regular chicken. Bro, you know what's crazy? I be every year.
It's a chicken.
I be talking to my mom about this shit. I be realizing how poor we was, bro. Like every year, because I remember when getting a chicken sandwich from the chicken spot.
Man, everything
crazy.
Man, everything.
We couldn't just eat like my kids don't even. They be like, I'm not eating that.
And I ain't gonna lie, on my block, right? Mm-hmm. I think it used to be like, yo, Briss, it used to be like at 10, right? We had the buffet. We used to wait, bro, because they used to knock the place down to $3. Everybody just mob to the buffet.
Because they gotta throw all that shit out anyway.
He'll tell you the whole block. To the point, they'd be mad some nights and just tell us like, yeah, nah, y'all can't go. Like, nah, not tonight. But like every night, that was a thing for everybody. Every night, go right to the buffet. They used to knock it like, so fire, like you really going in and get whatever. But
wait, what buffet? Which one?
Maryland, right across. It's in the Bronx, 149. Maybe Maryland buffet, or you could eat. Check it out. Yeah, that one. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm telling you, bro. And so like,
yeah,
dinners, everything. So it's like the fact that you say like Kennedy got us through many nice facts. Like that brought back memories.
No, it's a Kennedy on between 116th and 117th on 8th Avenue, bro. This shit is still there. That's where we used to go to after Skate Key every night, bro. After Skate Key,
still hit the same too.
It's still. Well, I haven't eaten that shit in years, bro. I haven't eaten Kennedy in years.
But it's still there.
Gotta bring you a box
I can't believe the shit is still there, bro. That shit is. And look, don't get me wrong. Around that area, they done built all types of condos, fancy ass restaurants, all that. That Kennedy is still.
That be making me happy when I see businesses still like standing strong.
Absolutely.
Because like nowadays, it seems like the trend is just to pack everything up.
Yeah. Put a Starbucks.
Yeah. So you got a Starbucks on 3rd Ave and 149, bro.
They got a Starbucks over there?
They put an Auntie Anne's there, too.
Yeah, bro.
That's what
they did.
That shit threw me off, yo.
Auntie Anne's, they got a
that's why you know what's crazy? 149th and 3rd, bro. Like, that's why I used to get all my... Yes, Wingstop over there. Bro, that's why I got all my video games, because that's why I brought all my Coogis.
Right next to
I brought all my Coogis from over there when I was younger. Your Sammy's over there, though. Hell yeah.
Bro.
Ness, because Ness on Sammy's.
And I ain't gonna lie, they put a Wendy's over there, Wingstops. Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna front though. Whenever they put a Wendy's, man, move away, because Wendy's is Wendy's is like, you of course you've been to 2/5 in Lexington.
I was just gonna say they took away that Wendy's. You know
they took that Wendy's from over there?
Yeah, that's gone now.
They have to, bro. I don't know what it is, but Wendy's bring the zombies out.
Yeah.
Like Wendy's bringing
Yeah, because if you go on 149 right now, it's a few of them.
The McDonald's is still over there on 149th?
Yes.
Where on Third Ave? Yeah, but you know they built the new one on Morris.
Yeah.
They did?
So it's one right on 149 on Morris.
That shit been there since I was a little kid too.
Yeah, the one on Third been there forever.
They just took down the one at 125.
You know what broke my heart, bro? When they just took down that Dr. J's, man.
On Third too, right?
Yeah, bro. Because it used to be Funko. Y'all niggas, I don't even know if y'all old enough to remember Funko Land. Funko Land used to be
I don't know about no Funko Land.
Funko Land was a video game store. It was the first video game store that you could trade games in at.
Nice.
That was the first shit. It used to be right next to that. Funko Land. It was right next to Dr. J's. Yeah, they started doing all that shit, but Funko Land was a brand though. It was a Funko Land's all over America, but there was the only one was that one on Third.
You want to know what I remember about that Dr. J's the most?
What?
That when you walk in, right, if you look to your left, they had everybody picture that got
caught. Yeah.
that got caught.
That's a fact.
I heard they used to tell people like, yo, listen, either you take a picture,
we call the police. Yeah,
we call the cops.
Bro, no, the realest security in all of New York that I've ever seen is VIM on 123rd and 3rd Avenue, bro. VIM, these niggas will lock the store. They'll fight you damn near. They not letting you, yo, bro. Them niggas do not play. Bro.
They probably went and hired real.
Yeah. And you know, I'm happy you said that about Dr. J's because you know it's one of the best parts of Dr. J's, the table. Niggas don't talk about getting sneakers off the table.
Oh yeah,
bro. You know how many? Yeah. See, before
so like you walk in, they was all right there.
Bro, I bought Jordan 2s. I bought Jordan 2s off the table before. Because at one point when I was younger, bro, Jordans didn't sell out because everybody bought them.
Right.
Jordan sat in the store because people couldn't afford them shits. $150 for a pair of Jordan 1s was crazy. Them shits, I used to be sitting there like, man, if I save up enough money, maybe I get them shits one day. I'm talking about when they retro the Jordan 1s in '94. Them shits sat in Jimmy Jazz on Third because they done made 4 of them Jimmy Jazz over there. But
yeah, they keep remaking them.
Yeah, but they sat that shit. Them shits was sitting in there for months. You know what I'm saying? It's sitting there for months. But yo, Ray, I want to tell you, bro, it's been dope sharing with you. Like from the moment I saw what you was doing, I was always intrigued. But I've been happy to build with you, and I'm looking forward to like seeing how your career goes, bro. And also like this is not a one-way street. You came on my podcast. I'm gracious for your time. If you ever need me for anything, if it's a phone call, if it's a suggestion, if you need me to connect you with another person, you got me for that.
Nah, and I ain't gonna lie, that's love. I really appreciate that because like you don't even understand, right? Like what you do help me a lot too, because like you big in the culture, like you talk on trending topics, like you know how you on top of things. You feel me? So it's like I see how you've been moving and transitioning, and it's like you fake teaching me just how to like, you feel me, be level-headed in terms of like just how to like think before you moving on. Like I really be in tune, bro. That's why I always stay in contact.
Absolutely, man.
I'm trying to tell you about it. Like it's an honor. I really appreciate y'all for having me though. For a fact.
We out of here. Peace.